Hello guys, welcome back here. I'm brought to you by the power of the internet, and today is May 7th. Let's get started back on our game Div Tycoon. So, Clash of Nations, the game that we made previously, has sold 9,700 units. Today, Nintendo has confirmed recent rumors and announced their plans to release a new home gaming console called the TES early next year. The console features cartridge-based games and a uniquely designed controller. Alright, so, first things first, is that we only have 28 research points, and we need 50 to create a new game engine. So, we shouldn't probably research a new topic, like we did last time, and instead just develop a whole new game with the topics that we already have. So when you develop topics in this game, what happens is that, like, when you how do I describe it? You don't want to create a game with the same topic and genre over and over again, or else your fans won't be happy because it's like releasing the same game over and over again. It's kind of like Call of Duty, you know, because it's the same game every single year. But we should do like a fantasy. Now, fantasy, I'm going to say a fantasy, maybe adventure might be a good game. Fantasy and adventure, what would be a great name for a fantasy adventure game? I like to think of like Final Fantasy, but we'll do it Last Fantasy. Alright, the platform for that, we should probably do it on the PC, because adventure games are great on the PC. 2D graphics version 1, start development. Woot woot. Alright, Clash of Clans. Stories and quests are great. Engine or gameplay, neither. Gameplay should probably be up a little bit, maybe a tad bit engine. Alright, so Last Fantasy, stage 1. I hope that we can break our design and technology record. Dialogues, all the way up. Level design, okayish, and artificial intelligence can be all the way down on that one. So Last Fantasy, how would I picture this game if it's a fantasy adventure? I want it to be like a magical flying turtle, kind of like that giant thing on like the Neverending Story, that giant dog. But I want it to be like a flying turtle that stops bullying. It's going to be an adventure game that stops bullying. It's going to be a great game. Let's hope people like it. Last Fantasy. Dun 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 dun. Ooh, look at that. We're already done. Jeez, that was fast. Clash of Nations now off the market. It sold 15,000 copies, generating 108 grand. Oh my god, that's quite the bit of money. Actually, it's not that much in this game, really, compared to what you could get. We already fixed all the bugs. We got a new design record, and not a new technology record, which is okay, because when we create our new engine, technology should skyrocket. Ooh, wheel design is now level 2, so if we create any game with wheel design, it should be a fraction better than the last game that we made with wheel design, which is great. Okay, I'm back. No need to worry. Alright, the first reviews for our newly released game, Last Fantasy have came in. I had to go mow my lawn because I live in Iowa, and one day it's storming and the next day it's, well, your lawn is about 2 feet long, so, oh, dude, that was great, 877 and an 8, that is astronomical, for our company, anyways. Heather, I've just finished Last Fantasy, and I'm impressed by your talent. I'm in the contracting business, and we could use skills like yours. If you're ever short on cash, just let me know, and I will have some work for you. Some guy named Jason, and this is, contract work. And it's like, if you need extra, like, 2 to 3 research points, maybe, or if you need just a little bit more cash, you can. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty cool add-on, really. Okay, so we have 44 research points. Let's just generate our game reports, and we might have enough to make a, new game engine, which will be great, you know? Alright, today's a new game platform, the TES has been released. So we can now develop for that, but we have to pay a license fee to develop on any console, because that's how developing for consoles works. is that you pay money to the people that made it, and then especially nowadays, I believe, or maybe it was back then, I don't know, but I know that you have to pay like a license to develop for that console. I don't believe that's true on the PC though. Thank Jeebus. Our post-release analysis of Last Fantasy is complete. Fantasy and adventure is a great combination. Awesome. Sound seems to not be very important. Okay, okay. Well, now we know that, at least. Oh, okay. Okay. We're gonna learn how to create a custom game engine. That's like step one in this game. You will see why we want this game engine so badly once we create it. It's what makes this game dev Tycoon better than like the Android game called Game Dev Story, which is this really awesome app where you actually create like a game company like this one. But what you do in it, instead of I don't know, like, it's just a tad bit difference. It's not as good of graphics, and so, you know, it's like more of a more pixely kind of game, but I love it. It was great. That's kind of what inspired me to actually buy this game when I saw it, because this is such a great, I love these type of genre, game dev, the topic with that. Okay, gameplay seems to be very important for this type of game. Alright, so, now that we can create a custom game engine, here's what we can do. We can upgrade our graphics, we can get linear stories and save games, which is great. So that'll upgrade our engine, story, and graphics. And what we can do is that we can just give this a name. I'm going to call it the Buttercup 1.0, right? Create an engine. Alright, so the Buttercup 1.0 is going to be our amazing new engine. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Alright, so we got 2D graphics version 2. Man, this game is so in-depth, really. So you saw how there's like save game and a linear story there. You can research like new add-ons for your engine with research points later in the game, and you can add on your engine, and it's really cool with some of the stuff that they allow you to make. Alright, so let's develop a new game, shall we? We'll make it another government strategy game, because that was a great combination. Actually, I don't know. Should we develop for the TES or not? Ooh, I don't know, man. Because if we make a government strategy game, like I referenced to Civilization, we could, on the PC it'll do great. But I'm pretty sure the last time I made a strategy game for the TES, it was just absolutely horrible. So we're just gonna do this, and we're gonna call this Reign of Dictators. I don't know, is that how you spell dictator? I sure hope so, or else I'm gonna look like a fool. Alright, 2D graphics version 2. Let's start this. Alright, we're nearing about 8 minutes, which is great, so we got a little bit more time to finish this game. Alright, stories and quests in a strategy game I think is kind of useless. An engine, I believe, should be more important than stories and quests. Now, you're going to notice since we created this new engine, we were able to select 2D graphics version 2. It costs a little bit more money, but it's totally worth it. Over here on the right hand side is a stories and quests and engine that we can select. And that'll cost more money at the top, and since we're kind of low on money, I'm not going to add it. No linear story, but we will have save games, so. And that'll boost engine. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like the more money that you put into those little tiny aspects of the game, usually the higher the reviews are. Alright, for a strategy game, I say artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. A little bit of dialogues, but not much. And a little bit of level design. Yeah, that looks about great. Alright, so, I'm in such a decent mood today. It's Wednesday, actually. Graphics are not as important as sound. Okay, you're gonna see these percent signs next to like graphics over here, and you want it to be 100%, because that means that you are actually fully developing that. And I don't know what happens if you go below the percent sign. I don't know if that negatively affects your game though, because I don't know how to describe it. It might affect your game though. But I do want a lot of sound, because sound will probably help. So, we are going to make that up to 100% again. And that seems like a great part for stage 3. Oh yeah. Alright. Ooh. See, you're going to notice that because we used a new engine, we got a little bit of a boost to technology. Might not be much, but it definitely comes in handy. Like, you'll see huge innovations once we get better graphics and stuff. Alright. The recently released TES Home Console by Nintendo has proven to be a massive success. Sales numbers have exceeded expectations by far. One customer says, "I love the games that come with the TES, and playing with a controller is so much more fun than playing with a keyboard." When this game was first made, like I would say a couple months ago before they updated it, instead of like you used to be able to like research controller and mouse and keyboard and stuff, and that's like a reference to that, I believe, and that sense of TS as a controller. Oh my god, look at all the stuff that got leveled up. Engine, gameplay, story and quest, dialogues. Oh my god, look at all that got leveled up. And Wayne is now a level 2, which is great. And we got a new record on our technology since we used a new engine. Alright, release the game. Okay, we can now research game tutorials. So, if we go into research, we can click on game tutorials. But the thing is that will not be added. Okay. Your bank account is in the red. Thankfully, your bank has enabled you to overdraw your account up to $50,000. But be careful, if your account balance is below 50k, you will go bankrupt. That's kind of scary. The first reviews for our newly released game, Reign of Dictators, came in. Oh, come on, Mama needs a new pair of shoes. Oh, 9. Oh, my God. An 8. A 9. Oh, I was hoping that we get a 10. Okay, 9, 8, 9, 8. Whatever. That's still pretty good. That averages out to be an 8.5. Which is just fine. I'm fine with that. I don't know if you guys are fine with that. Ooh my, look at that money. We're gonna get tons of cash, I believe. You have successfully researched game tutorials. Now you're gonna notice, is that when we click and create a custom engine, is that we actually have to create an entire new engine to install new research pieces. So what I usually do is I research like 2 or 3 things and then add them in to a new engine. Because it gets real expensive to just create a new engine every time, because that's $120,000 right there. We just spent $90,000 developing like Buttercup 1.0. Oh my god. Alright, I had to take a drink of water there. Okay, so we're back up to 100 grand, which is great. We'll figure out what was good and what was bad about that. I'm just watching the sales over here. Oh baby. And I believe that's really gonna cut it for the end of the video. Recent studies suggest that the increasing variety of gaming devices also creates a market for more specialized games. Some platforms become more popular with younger gamers, while others... Okay, now this is where target audience comes in. This is huge. You know, have you ever seen on like your game where it says like E for everyone or mature? You know? Or like ages 6 through whatever. Well, that's targeting your audience to that game. And you don't need to create a new engine to actually research that though. So we'll research that next. And so if we have a game that's meant for mature people, like people with a computer, like a gaming PC, are generally going to be more mature than a 6-year-old with just like a Game Boy, right? So you can like sort of target your audience there. Well, that's really gonna end it here. See you later. Peace out.